Good morning. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Happy March 9th. It is, We're in daylight savings time now in downtown Chicago, and spring is in the air. I'm Ann Rossley with Kyle Harvey. We sell real estate in downtown Chicago, and we're excited to come to you every Monday, as much as we can, to talk about real estate. And today
we're going to be
I
better.
know. Well, we're busy agents, so we've got lots going on, but yeah, we do our best and we're going to be more consistent. Truth is, we put our priorities with our clients more than our show. So, okay, anyway, that putting behind us, I'm going to do stats first, like typical. I'm going to breeze through it, everybody, but I want to tell you that it is interesting to see what happens when you do the stats on the 1st of the month versus the 9th of the month, like what changes. So that'll be fun to see. And then Kyle's got several things on our mind that we're going to talk about that's really interesting, including, what have you got?
Well, we've got what's going on in the dispute between Zillow and
Compass, yeah.
Compass, which is a big.
What's their names?
I guess Etiquette and real estate transactions. It'll make.
Oh yeah.
As a buyer or seller, and then
I'm excited.
That sold fast. We've got a bunch of.
Oh, you've got some interesting ones there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff today. So let's jump in. I'm going to take our names down like I'm supposed to do and forget every time. And we're going to talk stats first. Okay. Everybody knows if they pay any attention to real estate in Chicago, there's not enough on the market and they go fast. Now, last week I gave you February, but it was March, like 2nd that I did it.
Yeah.
So the point is, not everything was in. They give us a couple of days to report sales. So when you're looking at this, what you see is 49. That is the real number that sold as reported as of today. I reported 47 last time. So it's not huge, but it's different. There is one that's going to be very different though. So stay tuned, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Under contract, 58 versus 55. So 58 really went under contract. And that's not a bad number. The bad news is the number of homes for sale is going down. It was 104. Now we're only at 100 homes for sale. And that equates to a 1.3 month inventory of homes. This I added since we were together last time, the number of showings per listing. And remember in 2022 when it was so crazy before they raised the interest rates? Remember that?
Yep.
That's the last time that you saw the kind of crazy activity that we're seeing in the marketplace right now. I'm just letting that settle a minute.
Yes. No.
Let's feel the frenetic activity. Okay. So moving on. 1,550,000 median sales price. Here's what's interesting. Just take a quick look. This is what it looked like. This is first 2 months of the year, this year versus last year versus the year before. This is the slide I gave you last week. Now, I don't know whether Emerald was just doing everything wrong or what, but this is what it looks like today. I know, right? Isn't that crazy town?
That is crazy.
Yeah, so according to this, 97 homes sold in January, February, which is more than the 81 there.
And then
170.
I mean, it's like, look, it's no relation.
So I know. I don't know why that is. And so I'll dig into it, but
did you add a couple different areas, or is it the exact same?
No, I use the same map area every time. Apples to apples, baby.
Whoops.
I know. Well, this feels more like our marketplace.
Yes.
But okay, so moving on. I'm not going to stay on it too long. Attached. Significant difference in closed today versus a week ago for the month of February.
Because we do it on Monday, and you prep the data as right on the money as possible, and a lot of people are slower in putting their information in.
Well, actually, folks, yeah. And when you listen to real estate news, pay attention to when they got that news. Like, I've totally given up showing you showing time information because it's like 2 months old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, why am I showing you that? Because it's not even relevant to what's going on in the marketplace today. And nationally, like KCM, they're fast and they still give it to us on the 10th of the month.
Yeah.
But a lot of other Emerald reports come out late, and national stuff like Case Shiller reports and all that, they're like a month behind. So, I mean, the point of all this conversation is twofold. Number one, you're getting micro information from us. Number two, you're getting this so much faster than anybody else out there. Now, granted, it's a moving marketplace. So, from week to week, it'll be a little,
Yeah.
but the point is we're giving it to you. So here you go. Attached 832. Attached for sale, about the same.
Yeah.
Okay, 1.4 months of inventory. Again, more showings per listing last month and this month, or rather January, February, than we've seen in 5 years. Let that settle.
Interest rates dipping as they had helps tell the
Pent up
tale.
demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real pent up demand.
Okay, we know this, 469, 470-ish. Okay, and here is the old one.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the new one. Oh, wait, that doesn't count. That's single family. Ignore that.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Huh?
I'll get back to you with the real one. Oh, no. Yeah, that's wrong.
Whatever.
Oh, whatever. Okay, 6%. We were at 5.99 last time. Everybody, if you are at 6.75 or higher on your interest rates, now's a good time to think about refinancing. Talk to our good friends at Key Mortgage to make that happen, because it really does make a difference in your monthly payments.
Yes.
That's it. That's all I got on
Right.
stats. So, I mean,
information is helpful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump into March 9th topics.
Let me scroll her up. There you go.
Here's on our minds, people. First of all, doesn't it seem early for daylight savings? I love it. But and we've got spring weather today, but still.
I know, I'm loving it. Lizzie and I were sitting around last evening at about 6:00, and we were like, look outside. Isn't that nice?
I know.
It was just this moment of happiness.
So, yeah. And it's going to be warm today and tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow, but it's not as awful. So I feel the end of winter. Yeah.
As we slide into St. Patrick's Day, right? St. Patrick's Day is never warm, but it's like the glimmer that people are coming out, and we're getting there. It gets so exciting.
And young people don't wear their coats no matter the temperature.
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
So one of the things we're going to talk about, well, let's flip it around. Let's talk about what's happening in the Zillow Compass fight.
You think I'd rather talk about etiquette?
You'd rather they do that? What?
Yeah, let's do etiquette.
Okay, we'll do etiquette first.
Let's talk about why it's come up, though.
Yes.
You want to? You want to? Well, I've had real issues lately negotiating contracts. And I know you are too. When we negotiate, we are very transparent. We give as much information. We do our homework so much. None of this surprise stuff, right? And we believe in a win-win negotiation. Lately, it's been insane. And I don't know whether it's the marketplace or people are just not as civilized as we would like them to be. But it's like, it's just, I don't know.
Well, I don't necessarily, I believe in an effective negotiation on behalf of our clients. And win-win it would be lovely. But
win-win mean no, I'm not saying everybody's like, woo, this is so great.
No, but what we want, but let's pull up the deck. And so here, some of the challenges are coming in 4 ways, however many ways as I'm going to articulate. 1, our clients can view us as not on their team. Sometimes clients buyer and seller clients treat agents in a way that ultimately hurts the client. The clients keep the agents at bay, and I've seen this on the other side, and it's not effective for the people who are on the other side of my transactions when they are disrespectful or unhelpful to their agents, because their agents really are for them. One, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me run through the list.
Okay.
When clients do not interact with the agent and provide timely responses, because that hinders a negotiation. So it can be a buyer, it can be a seller, whomever, who does not get back and does not provide timely information to allow us to be transparent with the other side about what's happening, not transparent about the communications with our client, but just transparent about what they can expect from a negotiation. And three, disrespectful of the other side's, either a buyer or a seller's, experience during showings. And so we're going to go through some of these, and it's not just buyers and it's not just sellers. And I got to tell you, for my clients, generally, I mean, overwhelmingly, they're wonderful. I've had some difficult clients, but most of my clients are wonderful. But sometimes I see on the other side behavior that's disheartening. And so we thought we'd go through this. And now I want you to jump in on your views of this.
Did you mention? Oh, you haven't gotten to adherence of rules or emotional detachment yet.
No. But, I'm just going to start now with general principles.
Okay. So the first thing that you bring up, and it is an issue, buyers and sellers need to have enough of a good relationship with the real estate agents that they can let them in and help them negotiate. We really try to know where our clients are going so that we can help them get there. And if they don't tell us where they're going, we can't be their best advocate.
And to that point, the more I know, the more Ann knows, the more your agent knows about what's important to you and why it's important, the more we can help you achieve that. It may be that we have to come at it a different way with the other side to the negotiation, but if what we don't know, we can't help.
Right.
And we often have ways of achieving even the weirdest goals. So tell us, we are bound by confidentiality, and almost always we don't judge. We do judge when it's totally crazy, but we only judge in our own brains.
Right.
But it's totally, but there's a lot to, I mean, totally, I've been a lawyer, so I really know totally crazy. And so don't worry. Okay.
All right.
So let's just go through the general principles. And this portraying is for everybody, agents, clients, everybody. Honesty and disclosure, the things that you need to disclose. Respect for time. You know, sellers have to get out of their house, and sometimes they've got issues of getting out of their house. They may have mobility issues, whatever. So be respectful of time. Maintain a professional communication style throughout. You know, this is not, even if you feel emotional, try and be professional about it. Adhere to the rules. So don't try and change, doing things outside the law, doing things outside the contract, doing things outside the rules that were set for you when being offered the showing. Follow the rules. And again, as much as you can, keep the emotion out.
Right.
Okay, getting ready to find, this is for buyers. And you know this, clarify your need. This is what we were just talking about. We really ask you to get prepared with a pre-approval and or a proof of funds if you're going to be paying cash. Get yourself organized, because nothing will upset you more than the need to establish your bona fides for being able to pay for a transaction once you go under contract. So get yourself going.
Right.
And if you do not have a good relationship with your agent, get a different agent. Get somebody that you can get along with, because your agent doesn't want to work with you if you're not going to be able to work with them effectively and with the right attitude and manner.
Right.
You go through these.
I don't know where you're going with this, but clear communication between you and your agent as a buyer is critical. And respect their representation of you. Yeah.
Well, but also feedback. Sometimes clients don't give feedback, and we can't give the other side feedback. We can't give the seller's feedback, which is so helpful to sellers.
Right.
You don't understand. Your point of view is very helpful to the seller and the seller's agent. I really try to give feedback, they want it, after a showing, not so much that it hurts your ability to change your mind about what you want to do, but I need to get, it's helpful to the marketplace, and you're operating in the market, excuse me, in the marketplace. So feedback is.
Well, let me talk about that one for a second. You bring up such a great point here. I've got a listing. I mean, I'm just talking in general about one particular property here. And I go back and I say to the agents who have shown it, the seller would like to have some feedback on the showing. How did it go? Because this is something we promised our sellers, right? And these agents, A, don't get back to us. B, and now I'm like snarky about the agents, but okay. One of the top agents in this, oftentimes they'll go, it just wasn't for them. What the hell?
I know.
Yeah, I get it. It's not for them. You're not hurting my feelings. What is it that's not working for them? What property do they like better? Like, what am I competing against? Is it that difficult for to be told this? One of the top agents in the city, one who I'm personally not a fan of, but who's competent and does a decent job, who does like over $100 million. I texted him. I said, what was the feedback on this property? He just said, didn't like the layout. The layout didn't work for him. Thank you. That's all I needed, right? Busy guy showing a million properties, and he had the etiquette to get back to me and just give me the scoop, right? That's all we're saying. Okay, sorry, I got to lower my voice. I was so excited. I was on my zone.
And I'm going to tell you that it is often the agents who have a lot of listings who provide the feedback, because they
get it.
They know how important it is. There is nothing that says I'm a new agent and I don't have listings than failure to fill out this form. Because you don't know how important it is. Yeah. So agents who are watching, I know agents do watch this, fill out the feedback forms, help the other agents, because it will be important to you when the time comes.
Exactly right. Okay. Love that.
Buyer etiquette.
All right, that's the rant for this page.
I got to tell you, I've had open houses, and the ones who bring their children, I had people come through an open house. This is the second time they've come through, and they brought children. And this is a condo building where I'm supposed to escort people throughout their experience in the building.
Right.
Kids were tweens and sort of like 10, 8 to 12. And then there was a little bit older kid. And they were all over the building. It was like they were roaches, and they took off in 18 different directions. And the parents were like, and they were touching the walls. This is a brand new property, touching the walls, slamming doors. I was like, now it's an open house, so they didn't bring their.
I don't care. We're not in a barn, people.
Buyers, knock it off.
Okay. Right. I had a kid once get on the bed and jump on the bed.
Yeah. Out of their minds. And the parents are like,
yeah.
Okay.
Crazy town. I know. Or the dog. I've had dogs come to my open houses. That's another one that really,
I know.
what the
So
hell, people?
I've also had people come through who start going through the seller's stuff.
What? Like, what do you mean by that?
This person had some, I think, some behavioral. It was, and it was actually my client. I very gently said, "You can't do that." She was curious. Do not look at things because you are curious.
No, that's right.
Look at things that are important, like absolutely open the fridge, absolutely
Yeah.
open the kitchen cabinets, absolutely open the closet doors. Do not open the little jewelry box that's on the or the little something
They
box.
did that?
Listen, they were
Oh
curious.
my God.
But the things that are decorative are not for you to touch. Do not touch them.
Right.
I like the idea of privacy concerns. Always ask permission before taking photographs or videos. And I find that does happen. People ask me before they take pictures. And
Not universally, but yeah, people are generally good about that.
yeah,
That's true.
good, which I think is good. Now, the reason also people set up cameras in their homes during this, and
Mhm.
behaving disrespectfully can get you on camera and get us in trouble. So,
But it's more than that. If you're thinking about you might like this property, I mean, they're not supposed to record you, but I
they
can't
can't.
promise you that they don't have the voices on. I mean, you should comport yourself as if you're going into a negotiation from the moment you walk into that property, right?
Absolutely. Okay. Um, so, and I'm finding this less and less, and I'm finding it's so very funny. People make unrealistic offers, like lowball offers, really lowball offers in this market. In this market,
Right. Right. Well, so
only
what is it? Are they not listening to their agent, or
they want to see if they can get it for less.
it's a waste of their time? But yeah, go ahead and try.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try.
But it's frustrating to agents because they know they're not going to get it, and what they're concerned about, and it does happen, is the seller then doesn't like that buyer. And even if they
Thank you.
I work with my sellers to say there are no insulting offers. The only insult is when they don't make an offer. So let the offers come in, vent it amongst ourselves, but then let the emotion go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The sitting around and thinking about it, I know that makes you feel better, but do the thinking ahead of time. Sort of scenario plan for yourself, seller and buyer, that if the buyer or your counterpart comes back with a response that you might not like, have thought about that.
Right.
You do a low ball offer and the seller comes back $5 down. A, expect it, and B, think about, how do I respond next? What's that telling me? And
Right.
And do not take it as an insult. Take it as the seller thought my offer was too low to meaningfully engage in. Now I
Right.
have to come to something that encourages a meaningful engagement. So
Hmm.
and do it promptly so that we're not saying, because that then causes the negotiation to lose steam and for the counterpart to lose interest. And you don't
Absolutely.
want to lose interest in you.
Right.
Constructive
What do you
framing.
mean by, yeah, what do you mean by that?
So pose requests as collaborative solutions, not demands. Sort of,
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
it's the win-win. If it's please let us come in to look at this. We won't do act. There are all different ways that if you
Right.
pose it as I'm trying to make this as acceptable to you as possible and as good for you as possible.
Right.
You're much more likely to get a yes or an okay. And avoid shopping multiple accepted offers or backing out lightly. So I guess I think it's acceptable offers. So,
Yeah.
going back and forth too many times across multiple offers can result in everybody going away.
Yeah. So a couple points on this page I just wanted to share with you. You know these, but I'm going to share them with our viewing audience. I had a situation where two interesting situations. One where they came in with an offer. We said, we'll meet you halfway. He said, good to go. Let me go back. We'll write it up and get back to you. We haven't heard from them for a week and a half. The agent, and I'm like, and I keep going back to the agent. Where's your offer? Where's your offer? Where's your offer? And of course, we're continuing to market it. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we've hung up our coats and said we're done. No, but it's like, hello, there's a problem there.
Agent say?
Oh gosh, my client is a cardiologist and he just doesn't have the time. Okay, so that's that one. I had another situation where the seller got an offer and it was a good offer and he sat on it for 3 days without responding to the bona fide offer. How rude was that?
And whatever happened? What happened?
They declined the offer. But the end of the story was it was so low. And I went back and I said, okay, well, your number has to have a 1.x in front of it. And then my seller will talk to you. And then sure enough, they came in with the number and I think we're good. But anyway. Yeah. So then there's that. And then there's the one that I had this weekend. And this is the beauty. And I know I'm jumping ahead and you're going to say all this stuff, but I'm so excited about this. I have to share it with you. The offer comes in. It's clean. It's clean. There's no weirdness. There's no, like we're asking for this or that or the other. It's just a clean offer. To the point that the mortgage contingency had to bump up in case rates go up a little bit. You with me? Yep. To the point that, I'm trying to think of all the things. It was reasonable closing dates. It was 105% on the tax proration. I mean, it was just, everything was like, we're not messing around. And they came in at a good price. So my client said, okay, we'll meet you halfway. And my client said, I really appreciate the fact that you came in with this nice, clean offer and you were respectful. And she said, I have these dings in the floor that you didn't get to see because they're kind of under the rug and whatever. She said, I'd like to offer you a $2,000 credit so that you can get that repaired. Or if you prefer for me to go below our midpoint and you just buy it for less money, I'll do that too. And it was negotiated within 6 hours. Okay, now we have to get through the attorney approval and inspection, but it is so well set up. And she said, I'd really like to keep the shelf that's attached if that's okay with you. Yes, that's fine. It's just so collegial and so entirely different than what I've been experiencing lately that I just had to share my excitement.
I've had a couple of those that have been just really lovely. And everyone feels great about it. And every issue that arises, so we had a similar situation and the inspection had a number of issues that the seller wouldn't have wanted to deal with, but she dealt with them because everything was so lovely. I mean, it just worked out nicely. So remember that, people. Okay, here we go. Next. Oh
boy. Yeah. Why is it where they act like everything's cool and then they get to the inspection and it's like,
So I had lovely people, lovely buyers of one of my properties who brought the inspector back to the final walkthrough. And then the inspector sort of broke the fireplace because we had the fireplace.
No.
And then he got all in its stuff. And I was like, get away from it was ready to go. He's like, but I wanted to test it fully. I'm like, not your job. It works. And so I was able to make it work. But I was like, get the goddamn inspector out of here. He's a nice inspector, but at the same time, don't be bringing your inspector to a final walkthrough. Fine.
Well, yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you.
So do everything timely, inspector, appraisal, final walkthrough, do it thoughtfully, communicate, be be respectful, because truly there are going to be hiccups, and the more graceful you are throughout the other processes, the better the hiccups will go.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Okay, us sellers. Come on, Ann. Realistic
Oh
price.
my gosh. Well, yeah. The first step, I love that. The first step in etiquette is realistic pricing. We still,
Yeah,
did you
so,
lose me or did my, okay. Okay. Realistic pricing is critical. And
Yeah.
presenting the home is a sign of respect for the buyers that come through and full disclosure. And I'll tell you what, I'm seeing more and more that the more we can say up front, the better off things will go.
you know, it's really interesting. So when we get to what sells fast, you're going to see how each one of these homes got more because they priced it realistically to start. So
Awesome. Can't wait.
And I explain this to a number of my sellers, and they're like, "Oh, I totally get it. I totally get it. Let's price aggressively." I'm like, okay. By aggressive, do you mean low and to try and get high? And they're like, no. I said, okay. Again, working with your agents. I mean, I have very infrequently had abusive clients. And by abusive, I mean mean. And really difficult people. And I know that they're difficult in their lives.
Right. They're not just picking on you, they're picking on the world.
But
right?
they are also picking on me. And what I'd like to say to the public is I will fire you as a client. I will. Mm-hmm. So, but strategic alliance, advance notice, avoid micromanaging, because we are most of agents are detail oriented and freakishly on it. So you telling us what to do is not necessarily going to make a great experience for anybody.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Okay. Seller etiquettes, showings. Absolutely maximum flexibility. Yes, I always ask for at least 4 hours notice. And the most you can accommodate, please do accommodate. You know, the beauty of a Zoom call is it can happen anywhere. You can come over to my house and do the Zoom while I'm showing your house. You can be in your car. If you really want to sell your place, make your place available. Okay?
Absolutely.
Of course, leave the home. I don't know. I've never had a seller want to be around during an open house. Have you?
I've had them ask to be.
Really?
Yeah.
And
showings too.
No.
I said no.
You know, it's interesting because there are also sellers who are agents and they're selling their own place. And I'm going to say right now to all of you agents who are thinking of selling your own place, have somebody else show it, because you do yourself no favors.
Yeah, I've done my own, but and I'll tell you how I do it. I greet them at the door. I do the 60-second explanation and context, and then I walk out the door.
Okay, that's fine. But I've had people show you why they chose the liner paper, the linen cloth.
Yeah, no.
That's never going to work. Never going to work. Okay. Secure your valuables. There are clients who have behavioral issues, buyers who have behavioral issues, and who will open things that are none of their business.
Yeah.
And their clients are their agents are trying to keep track of them. But put your valuables somewhere safe.
And put your pain medications away.
First of all, I stay with my clients when they go into that.
Oh, trust me, I'm saying that too. But like your roach example from before, when they separate and
Yes.
you're trying to keep them all together.
No, agreed. And here's the thing. This makes me crazy. So this is my advice to buyers. Do your sellers. Do your agents a kindness. Leave all the lights on, all of them, when you leave the house for a showing. All of them. Yes, it's a pain in the patootie, but it's more of a pain in the patootie for the agent to have to remember to turn them on. 2, empty all garbage cans, especially the one in the kitchen. I don't care one thing in it. Clean it. It will show so much better. Open the windows for 5 minutes before you leave the house and then close them again. Fresh air. 4, do not light that goddamn candle.
Okay. If I smell another Yankee Candle in a showing, I mean, they almost make me vomit.
They make me vomit. And people will walk out. They don't want to live in a house that has had candles lit. Do not light candles.
Well, and don't bake cookies, okay? That was 1980. We don't do that. Clean, neutral air. Clean, neutral.
Open the windows. Let the fresh air in.
Yeah.
Close the windows. Done.
Yeah.
And one last thing. Put the lid down on the toilet seats. Just do it.
Oh my God, yes.
No one wants to look at your dirty toilet. Close the seat. Okay.
Oh, golly. I love it. All right.
I go walk through the house, turning on the lights in the bathroom and closing the toilet seat. I don't feel like say this. Put your seat down in real life too. It's more sanitary. Okay.
No, you're exactly right. But and one more thing. If you're in a condo building, give me the freaking fob. Don't make me check it out. Right? I mean, they aren't willing to pay the $25 or $35 to have one. And then they get to the closing and there isn't a second one anyway. So it's like, come on.
And give me a key to the lock that opens shows where the storage unit is.
Yeah.
I can't go to the storage unit because I don't have the key to the room.
Exactly. Sloppy.
And then I have to.
We're not sloppy. They're just sloppy. Yeah. Okay.
Seller etiquette, offers and negotiations. It's very much the same. Consider all the terms, professionalism, fair, promptly review the offer. One of the things that sellers should do with their agent at the start is what's most important to me as a seller so that I, the agent, can tell the buyer's agent, these are the things that are really important to my seller. Put them in your offer if you can. So, consider all of that. What have you got?
Well, that's a really interesting point, and I'd like to take it one step further, which is one of the things that I know you do, and I certainly do, is when we talk to our sellers about listing the property, we'll say to them, chances are everybody's going to be represented by an agent. But on the off chance that somebody comes in and they prefer to work without an agent, one of the things we should consider is having almost like a reverse offer. So in other words, we will sell the home obviously for list price, but here's our ideal closing date. Here are our ideal terms. Here's exactly the personal property, not just what's in the MLS sheet, but if there are like questions, we're going to leave our TVs for you with the brackets. We're going to leave this shelf unit, So if you have all that laid out, it just, first of all, it makes them think about it before they get there. Secondly, you can tell that other agent, if the agent is there, and in the 1 in a million chance that that agent is not represented, you will have the information so that they can write up the offer.
No, that's great. And you know what? Because I put together a lot of detail sheets for people, but maybe what I'll do is say, this is my ideal reverse offer.
Yeah.
That goes out to the agents.
Because so many times they don't ask you that before they write the offer, but they should. I do. I always call them up. What's your client's ideal closing date? Anything about their situation we need to know about when we prepare the offer?
Yes. because you want them to say yes. Here's
Yeah.
also a thing, and I have found over the course of my tenure as a real estate agent that the first offer is often going to be the highest.
Yes.
No, not their initial offer, but where they're
Whenever
likely
you negotiate too, right?
where you can negotiate. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so really treat the first offer with care because the next ones may come in lower. Okay.
Yeah.
And not may come in lower, are likely to come in lower much more often. Okay. It's not always, but it's like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cooperation, agreed repairs, maintain condition, holdover essentials. Seller, do the things you commit to in the under the contract. Okay. So this is just, these are.
Oh, I'm glad you added this. This is great.
Yeah, because this is going to help you stay professional in communicating. This is buyers and sellers. These clear subject lines, sometimes respond in writing so that people can, there's real clarity, because if you think you've said something to your agent, but maybe you haven't, or maybe they heard it differently, when you communicate in writing, even if it's a text, I prefer emails just because then I can go back to them more effectively. But,
Absolutely.
But the things that are important, put them in writing and use emotional control when doing so. Yeah.
Very good point.
And then these last ones, cultural awareness that sometimes your counterpart to a negotiation is different from you. Be sensitive, culturally aware. Understand that we have to comply, and you have to comply with fair housing laws, and do it with joy, not with grudging.
Right.
Respect the confidentiality of the other party to the transaction, and work with your lawyer and work with your agent, and we'll get through almost anything that arises. And your mortgage broker.
Absolutely.
I love it. Okay. And we are out of time. Should we do the other things now?
Okay. So everybody, I promised you we're going to do Compass and Zillow next week, and it's really important. And Kyle, you're going to love it too, because I dug into real life stuff on the MRED and TAN and private. So this is something nobody's got out there, everybody. So tune in next week. However, before we go, I really want to see what you have for This Sold Fast.
Okay.
Can you share that with us?
Okay, bring it up. Bring up the first one with the,
okay.
How that sold fast.
I'm just telling you, everybody, yeah, it's worth seeing this. Okay. Let's go.
Oh, that sold fast. I'm gonna have to get a spring version. That's a fall version. Okay, here we go. 4254 North Hazel, in the I would call this Lincoln Square. No, it's not. Hazel.
No, it's uptown.
Buena Park.
Yeah.
This house was on the market for 4 days. They listed it. It's an estate sale. They listed it for 1.150, so low, and it sold for 1.4 in 4 days. So look at the tile work there. Everything sells over list, multiple offers. So I thought you should see this pretty porch.
I love that. Wait, you said estate sale?
This is an estate sale, but wait till you see it. It looks more, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. Yeah.
That's the mass. This is the primary bedroom. So, I mean,
that tells me there's good floors underneath there. Oh, look at it. It's a good sized house too.
So, it's 5,000 square feet.
It's got to be on a double lot if it's got 2 rooms wide. Yeah.
It's a double lot. Maybe it's going to come down and they're going to build something else on it. This could be for the land. So it's in Buena Park. It may not be able to come down. The taxes are high. They are $33,551. And there's 6 bedrooms and 3 full baths and 3 half baths.
Wow.
So that's this one. Next.
Oh yeah, I forget. I have to keep adding them. Okay.
And that was listed by somebody for Christie's. They just did a great job on that for their client. 1701 West Byron Street was listed for 1.4 million and it sold for 1.5 million in 4 days. And that is a narrow lot. That is slightly narrower than the 25-foot. So it's 24.65
Oh,
feet by 125.
okay.
It has
So
three,
this would be, just to let everybody know, sorry to interrupt you, it's going to be just west of Ashland and just south of Irving Park,
yes,
to give you
a great
coordinates.
neighborhood of few houses. And this one, the entrance is on Byron, it looks like,
Hmm.
just based on where it's the picture. And it's a side entrance, so the entrance is on the wide end of the house. Usually they're at the front. This one's on the wide. And this was built in. I'm looking for the year. I can't see the year. 31 to 40 years old. So it's a relative. It looks like type of George Haynes craziness. Some of that stuff.
Can I point one thing out?
Yes.
The previous listing and this listing are right at the median sales price for our market area.
Yes, that's what I chose. I chose things and they sold fast.
Oh, okay.
So look at, this is about 3,400 square feet. And so this is the living room and
Right.
great windows. I mean, I'm going to tell you, having those high side windows, this is a weird living room, but this is the big living room. The kitchen has a great room with it, but somebody's going to want to redo this kitchen. This is the primary bedroom. Nice fireplace. This is the basement that needs some work with a faux fireplace in it. Fireplace is furniture. And that's the backyard and the garage.
That's a good buy for somebody.
Yes.
I mean, given our market conditions right now.
Absolutely.
And again, the agent did it right by not asking too much.
It's in the Hamilton School District. The taxes are $23,800, only with a homeowner's exemption. And I said there are 3 bedrooms plus 1 bedroom in the basement, and 3 full baths and 1 half bath.
Wow. Okay.
So now we're going to the third one. This was on the market when I was showing other people houses last summer, and it did not sell. So we got a little bit of a story here. This is a small house, so small that they're not telling you how big it is. Though they do on the, as you'll see from the floor plan. I had floor plans for the other one, but anyway, let's just keep going. 2047 West Homer. Now, a lot of people wouldn't want this house because of the alley right next door and the fact that it's a small house, but it's done nicely. It has a lot of charm. So it was on the market for just under 1.150 million, and it sold for 1.235. And it had previously been on the market for 1.2 and went off the market because they couldn't sell it for where they wanted. So they lowered the price and got more than they wanted initially. So note to self, price low, and you get your offer. But look,
it sounds weird, but you are so right. Listen to Kyle, everybody.
I sort of like this crazy, look at the kitchen cabinet heights. They're all wackadoodle. I think it's kind of charming. And look at those skylights that add light to, those skylights face south. So it's a ton of light in the kitchen what's it really, a kitchen? And there's a lot of dark blue and tan, and it's just very, look, they've got.
Ooh, look at that blue. I love that.
And
that's
in
fun.
A small house, a unified color scheme can actually generate interest. So cheers to the people here. I love the netting. They obviously have small children or a dog, and they're concerned about falling through the.
Yeah.
And this is the lower level. Utterly charming.
Totally. Yeah.
This is the outdoor space. They have a rooftop garage, and then down here. And I thought this was a great drone view.
It's a great drone shot. Good marketing.
And
absolutely love that.
Closer to the lake than it is because the blue sky over, it's just very well done.
And go back. You can see where the lakefront is in the distance too. Look at that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then it's about 2,400 square feet.
Yeah, it's not big.
It's not big, but they got what they wanted because they chose to price it aggressively. Now, that's not necessarily going to work for everything, but right now, that approach works for houses.
Right.
Not significantly below market, but be realistic. Tell the marketing public that you know what you're doing. You know the value of this, and you've got a feeding frenzy. That's
Well done.
All righty.
Yeah. Good stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. Next week, we will give you more market insights. We'll talk about the Zillow Compass fight and where we are today and how it shows up in Chicago. We're also going to talk about Top Agent Network and how that relates to the whole thing with private listings and pre-marketing as well, and all kinds of other stuff. So make sure you tune in next Monday morning for Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Ann. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.